Here is an account of men standing speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. In Acts 22, Paul recounts the same event, saying something seemingly contrary. He says they saw the light, but were afraid, and heard not the voice of him that spake to me. But if we rather combine both accounts, what then can be deducted is rather a parable of the kingdom within the event itself. The men saw the light, but saw no man, and were afraid. That is to say, they saw the light or the good, but did not recognize or acknowledge Christ. They were afraid, or as it is said, he that does evil does not come to the light, lest his deeds be reproved. They heard a voice, but not the voice of him that spoke. That is to say, they heard the word of truth, but did not hear or understand Christ. As Jesus said, "Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word?" Also, as it is said, seeing they see not, hearing they hear not, nor understand the word. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. But Peter proclaimed, "Thou art Christ, Son of the living God." Peter meaning stone, and one small stone of David smote Goliath. David replaced Saul, just as with this revelation, Paul will replace his former self of Saul. Saul, interpreted, means to ask a question, or in other words, he was devoid of understanding. But Paul means small or humble, just as that humble stone smote the giant, that is the refuge of lies and pride. This form of stone, or type of key of David, I must decrease, that Christ may increase. David had said to Goliath, "I will give thee to the fowls of the air," that is to say, the seed that fell on the wayside the birds ate, are they that hear the word, and the enemy, or giant, takes it. Or hearing, they do not hear or understand. David said, "The Lord does not save by sword or spear." To Judah, or the anointed, God had said he would not save them by sword or bow. It is this rock, or small stone, the revelation of Jesus Christ, and confessing him, and then the killing of our own flesh, that saves us. Paul went 3 days without sight or food, a parable of the Spirit and the Word. After 2 days he will revive us. On the 3rd day he will raise us up, and we will live in his sight. We must first be resurrected within, before we are to be resurrected without at the coming of Christ. Paul had prayed. Ananias means answered by the Lord. There is supplication. Then he lays his hand, which is transference, and receives sight, the Holy Ghost, and meat, which is parabolically as the revelation of the Father in faith, receiving of the Holy Ghost, and being fed off the Word.